wholesome plant-based diet. We have Kara, Laura, myself, Garrett, and this guy, Vincent. I said Mark. Marcus is first. He did all this. So this was this diet's kind of cool. It was created by Dr. T. Collin and another person called Dr. Caldwell. What they did is they decided that a lot of the problems that people are having with their digestion is coming from all the pesticides and all the boxes and all the junk that we eat. So don't eat junk food whenever you're doing this type of diet. Basically what you want to do is shop to the outsides, like the periphery of the store. So you don't want to go down the aisles because that's where all the stuff where the boxes is. So who's doing this? Main reason is because, like I said, a lot of people have the standard American diet where they have a lot of fried foods and a lot of processed stuff. Our grandparents didn't eat that way. Basically, what they would do is our grandparents would have, they would sit down to dinner, they would have chicken, and you could tell that it's chicken. And they would have, different vegetables, and you could tell that's the only thing in it. Now, whenever you sit down, you have hamburger helper, and you have no idea what's in that damn thing. So besides that, you want to eat a lot of whole plants. So cooking should be minimal on this as well. With that, you're going to have organic vegetables, organic fruits. That gets rid of a lot of the pesticides that are going to come with that. Whole grains, and you want to get your omega-3s. So it's probably a good idea to have flaxseed oil, chia seeds. Those are really good sources of fiber as well as omega-3s. And you're kind of bad, but you got to cut out your dairy. So if you're going to have coffee, well, actually, I don't even think you can have coffee with this one.
And sparingly.
You can have decaf coffee apparently.
Yeah, but you can have it sparingly.
So, like I said, this should help you reverse some of those problems that you're going to be having with your sedentary lifestyle. You should be able to get rid of all the rest of the blockage that's in your arteries. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Vince.
Okay, so like he said, a lot of Americans eat horribly, which is really common. But that's what this diet, the biggest benefit of it is going to be getting away from eating processed, all of the nonsense that we consume on a day-to-day basis. So the do's and don'ts of the diet, the do's, you have just vegetables, fruits, whole grains, all of your spices you can have to make sure that your food has the flavor. You want the omega-3s from chia seeds and flaxseed, and your beverages, water, unsweetened plant milk, and decaf coffee and teas, but you can have caffeine sparingly, just not all the time with coffee throughout the day. And then the don'ts is simply animal products, vegan replacements like the tofurkey type things where you have fake meat that is made by tofu or with tofu, flour that isn't whole wheat, and added sugar foods, and beverages that you do not, pretty much if it doesn't fit in the deuce. It keeps it really simple. And then the goals of this is just to prevent chronic diseases overall. It will aid in weight loss and all of the benefits of eating a healthier diet. The target people is everyone that is eating heavily processed would do well to go to this diet because it's really simple. If it's in a box, you don't eat it. Mostly if it's in a plastic bag, you probably don't eat it either, unless it's just like the normal vegetables. This will help those with weight problems, obesity, diabetes or high blood sugar, hyperglycemia, and also reduce cholesterol. And a huge benefit is just improving your overall health and helping you live longer, but also helping you live fuller throughout those years.
Patients are going to come into your office and ask, what do I eat? I have heart disease, I have high blood pressure, I am obese. My doctor doesn't give me very much longer to live and didn't tell me how to change my diet. So what you have is this tool. It's got a lot of research behind it. You can tell them to eat things like whole grains, oats, quinoa. this is just a sample meal plan that we have, but basically if it's a plant, it's whole food, it's not processed, go for it, but stay away from the stuff that you were eating before that got you into this mess. This is what we thought about the diet. You should, if you have those disease states, if a patient comes to you and has those things, obviously you're going to be the doctor. But if they don't have a doctor, or you want to try this diet and you have a lot of things going on, you might want to talk to a healthcare professional. But there's a positive to this diet. It can be especially helpful. It's very tweakable, but make sure you're just eating whole food plant-based. It's a tool that you can use. It's evidence-based. There's a lot of research behind it. The American Diabetic Association supports a whole food plant-based diet. The Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine also suggests that you eat a whole food plant-based diet. Putting it all together, it just ditches the processed, highly refined, disease-supporting foods. It encourages clean eating, lots of plant-based, nutritionally dense whole foods that support and promote health. It's just let food be your medicine. Any questions? Yes, Steve.
Was the Dr. Campbell on there the one that did the China study?
He did. Yeah, he's done a lot of other things too. Anything else?